Tales from the Grey House, Episode 7, The Echoes We Keep. The house had settled. No creaks, no flickers, just the soft hush of velvet and dust. Ruby wandered ahead, drawn to a cabinet of silverware. She picked up a spoon, plain, slightly tarnished, the kind you find in a church kitchen. She tilted it toward her face. The reflection didn't match. It showed her as a girl, maybe 10, hair tied back with a fraying ribbon. She was pulling a ridiculous face, tongue out, eyes crossed, cheeks puffed. She remembered it instantly. The lunchroom, her classmates laughing, Sister Mary scowling from the doorway. Ruby smiled. I haven't thought about that in years. She passed the spoon to Vinnie. He looked. His reflection was younger, maybe 7, sitting at a table, staring at a plate of cold stew. Then a hand entered the reflection, rough, impatient. A man's voice echoed faintly, as if from the spoon itself. Eat up! I work hard to earn money for your food. Don't waste it! Vinnie flinched. That's Mum's boyfriend. I forgot his voice. Gray appeared beside them, silent as ever. These spoons were used in the orphanage. They remember the mouths they fed. Ruby whispered. Why show us this? Gray shrugged. Some artifacts don't want to be forgotten. They moved on to a narrow display shelf. Among the small, sorrow-soaked relics lay a single ticket stub, faded, torn at the corner, stamped with a place name Ruby didn't recognise. Nid Hollow, Admit 1. The ink had bled into the paper like it had been rained on long before it ever reached this house. Vinnie frowned. Where the hell is Nid Hollow? Gray didn't look at the ticket. Some places are better left unvisited. Ruby felt a chill she couldn't explain. In the next room, a single artifact sat on a pedestal, a small wooden music box carved with stars and moons. No key, no hinge, just a touch-sensitive lid. Ruby reached out. It opened with a soft click. Music spilled out, delicate, slow, almost broken. A lullaby, but not one she knew. Still, her eyes welled up. Vinnie sat down, suddenly exhausted. I feel like I've heard this before, but not in this life. Gray nodded. It's called The Sleep of the Forgotten. It was composed by a woman who lost her child in a fire. She wrote it for the child's dreams, not her own. Ruby closed the box. The silence that followed was heavier than the music. Vinnie looked at Gray. Why do you keep these things? Gray didn't answer. Instead, he placed the spoon and the music box side by side. They're not dangerous, Ruby said. No, Gray replied, but they're true. Ruby lingered by the pedestal long after the lullaby faded. The silence pressed in, thick as velvet. It wasn't oppressive, just expectant, like the house was waiting for someone to speak first. Vinnie rubbed his face. Feels like this place keeps picking at things. Stuff I didn't even know was still in me. Gray didn't look at him. The house doesn't pick. It listens. And sometimes listening is enough. Ruby stepped away from the music box, her fingers trembling. It's not just memories, is it? These things, they're echoes. Gray nodded once. Echoes we keep. Echoes we inherit. Echoes we pretend aren't ours. They moved deeper into the room. The air cooled, the lights dimmed, not by flicker, but by intention, as though the house wanted their attention narrowed to a single object on the far wall. A frame hung there, empty. No glass, no backing, just a wooden frame, suspended by a nail that looked older than the plaster around it. Ruby frowned. What's supposed to be in it? Gray's voice softened. Whatever you refuse to look at. Vinnie snorted. Great! A frame that shows nothing. Very helpful. But Ruby stepped closer, and the frame filled. Not with an image, with movement. A hallway, a door, a girl standing in the doorway, her hands clenched at her sides. Ruby's breath caught. She knew that hallway. She knew that girl. She knew exactly what she'd been about to say, and exactly why she never said it. Vinnie grabbed her arm. Ruby, don't! She blinked, and the frame emptied again. Gray exhaled slowly. Some echoes don't want to be remembered. Others don't want to be forgotten. The frame doesn't choose, it only reveals what you've left unfinished. Ruby stepped back, shaken. Vinnie swallowed hard. So what does it want from us? Gray finally looked at them, really looked at them. It wants nothing. The house is not hungry, it is not cruel. It simply holds what people leave behind. And most people leave behind more than they realise. He stood silent for a moment. The air was still. Ruby whispered, "Are we supposed to do something with them?" Gray shook his head. "No, you're supposed to understand them." The house settled again. Not a creak, not a sigh, just a quiet, resonant stillness, like a breath held between heartbeats.